it's Don Skaggs again with Empowered Inventing, the one place where we try to help you help other people by taking innovation, opportunity, and wisdom and turning them into real things like products and businesses. Now, today I want to talk to you about something that is sort of close and personal to me, and these are things that I used to worry about in inventing in business that I don't worry about anymore. And I see a lot of inventors and entrepreneurs out there, and they just kind of get all hung up on that one thing that in the end really may not be that important, or maybe it's not, at least not important, as important as it should be right now. Or it isn't as important as they're making it out to be as right now. That's what I meant. So anyway, there were several things along this line that I want to talk to you about. And one is that one thing that I used to worry about, that I didn't worry about in the end, don't worry about now, is what other people thought. And because, you know, when you're getting started with something, there's always a lot of naysayers out there. Usually you have two types of people: the ones that are just patting you on the back, hey, you're doing a great job, go team, you're just doing great. And those are all well and good. Don't get input from those people, because they're going to just say nice things to you anyway. And but then you, on the other hand, you've got the other side of it all. You've got the naysayers. The ones that's usually never done anything in their life, they've never done any business, they've never been an entrepreneur, but suddenly they're an expert when they're trying to tell you how to do your business. Oh, you know, nobody ever does that. You can't do that. And they're naysayers. So don't worry about what those people think, and don't listen to them. Another thing that I used to worry about as far as what people thought was competitors. You know, it turns out that the competitors that I got to actually kind of know over the years in my old business is that they were just like me. They were, you know, they put their shoes on one at a time, just like I did, and you know, put their pants on one leg at a time, as they say. And you know, they had the same problems. A lot of times they had the same issues. A lot of times they had the same things going on. But a lot of times, just I made too big of a deal over them. I was like, you know, oh, you know, what about the competition? What if this happens? What if that? Don't worry about the what ifs. Stuff is going to happen. The world is going to keep turning. But I made too big a deal over them. And so don't make a big deal over what the competitors are thinking. And because guess what? They don't really make a big deal over you. And a lot of times you'll get this thing, oh, if I launch this product, what are they going to do? They might do this, or they might do that, or they might do that. And you start worrying about that, and that just takes up too much of your focus. Don't let that happen. So don't make a big deal about the competitors or the naysayers. Now, another thing that you really want to just not so much worry about now is that customers. One thing that I worried about a lot, maybe you do too, when you first get out there and you're a micro business and you're just getting started. One thing that concerned me in the beginning was that customers didn't think I was as big as my competitors. You know, they're just, oh, who's this one little one-horse person coming in this door trying to sell me something? So, but now, that being said, always have a really good professional, or what they call optics. That's, you know, your website, your business card, your literature, all that. You know, have your demo type, all that have a very, very professional look. You want to look professional. You want to look as professional as you can compared to your competitors, compared to your industry. But that being said, number one, don't misrepresent yourself. Now that should just go without saying. Always be honest, always be genuine, always be you. But at the same time, you want to be professional, you want to push it forward. But guess what? If you're don't get hung up, and this is my point here, is don't get hung up on the customers just not thinking that you are on the same level as your competitors. Because that'll make you feel like this, and it'll affect your presentations. So don't feel that way. If you're providing a good, and this is one thing I learned over the years, is if you're providing a really good product or a really good service, guess what? They're going to value you the same as these big marble-hauled companies out there, which I always used to kind of make a joke and say that, you know, we're trying to compete with marble-hauled giant mega corporations. Customers are going to value you the same if you are solving their problem better than they are. And guess what? If you're solving your problem better than they are, then they're going to value you more than these big guys, and they're going to look pretty bad in their eyes. So don't worry about what customers think about you, that you're as big as the competitors or not. Just provide a good service, provide a good product, have a good demo type, and that's what sometimes will really make the difference. So now, also, one thing that I just, and this is real important too, because I've seen this in businesses and startups, and I've really seen it hurt businesses and partnerships, and that's that short-term projects and deadlines were do or die. Don't think that way. Don't ever get into a situation where you could say any of these following things. Number one, oh, we have to do this, or this has to happen, or we're all going to die. We're doomed. Don't get into a situation where you're saying that, number one. And if you're in a situation that feels that way, don't say that. Another one, oh, if this doesn't pan out, I just don't know what we're going to do. Don't ever say that. Don't ever think that. Don't get in that situation, because it's this do or die mentality that will doom you for failure. Don't have that. Don't have that. Number one, don't get in a situation, because that's taking a risk of your, if this doesn't happen, then this thing that I have no control over doesn't happen, then we're ruined. Don't get into that situation, number one. Number two, even if you are in that situation, don't think of it that way, because you can always recover one way or the other as long as you're not dead. So, but here's the thing, stuff's going to happen. Like I said before, stuff's going to happen. Bad stuff is going to happen. And whether something goes bad or something good, guess what? The world keeps turning. And tomorrow's another day, and you can get up, you can dust yourself off, and you can move on. I have done it. I know it can be done. So keep that long-term game in mind. Keep the always be thinking about the long game. Don't think about the short game and think, oh, if this doesn't happen, we're all ruined. We don't know what we're doing. No, don't think that way. That's something that I used to worry about in a business. Bad mistake that I wished I hadn't. Remember that most things that you might be focused on in the beginning might be things that 10 years down the road, you're going to look back and wonder, why was I so upset about that? What was all the fuss about? Why was I taking all that energy and all that time and just so worried about that, when I could have been working on these other things and getting even further along than I did? So again, I just kind of just helping you from my experience. These are things that I used to worry about. Now I look back, and just like what I said, I wonder what all the fuss was about. Why was I worried about those things? And these are things that I think maybe can help you too. So anyway, I'm Don Skaggs. Empowered Inventing TV is what you're watching. And be sure and like, subscribe, help us to build our tribe. And check out our website, of course, empoweredinventing.com. And I will look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, class, or on the next video.